will follow as usual, where we have 20 minutes open in English, and then the last 10 minutes open to isiXhosa. So please raise your hand if you have a question, and lower it once you've asked your question, and then we will try to get through as many questions as possible. Please note as well that we will not be commenting on the case against SA Rugby and RASSIE Erasmus. So please, can you refrain from asking those questions? This is about the game against England, and that's what we'd like to focus on. So our first question will go to Nathan.
Thanks, Zina. Good afternoon, gentlemen on the high table. Coach, I'll start with you, then I'll move to isiXhosa with Usi a bit later on. Coach, we have learned Nkosi and Fassi have been sent home. Please elaborate further on the reasons. Jock mentioned that the positions were already covered, and it is to help the Sharks for the upcoming fixtures, but only Fassi was used for this weekend. Why weren't the other players released as well to assist their unit? Example, you guys are focused. Did these players perhaps have like team protocol?
Yeah, first things first, I think with Fassi and Sbu, you know, because of we playing the last game, you know, and there was a special request from their teams, you know, where they looking for their services, you know, they're preparing for the games, I think, coming next week. So I think for us it was wise to release them because it's a last game, you know, and some of the players that are behind, you know, we talk about key positions. We've got extra guy like Grant Williams, you know, if anything happens with the scrummies, you know, you need a specialist 9, do you understand? So you can't just take any other player and cover the position. So the players that are staying behind is for the safety reason. If anything happens in our squad, maybe someone gets sick, you know, we've got guys like Thomas Tutoy who's also here. If anything happens with the front row, you know, so I think that's the whole theory behind the guys that are behind, you know, they're still part of our squad. If anything happens, someone is sick on a Friday before the game, then we've got guys to cover there. But once again, a guy like Fassi and Sbu, they add massive value in our team, you know, so we know for sure they still got more games coming in the future for the Springbok team. So yeah, that's the only reason for us to release them, because of the special request from their team.
Andrew?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. A couple of times in the last few days, members of the England setup have said South Africa think we're weak. I can't find any record of someone in your camp having said that. So what is your analysis of England?
Very good team, very strong side. Got special players, brilliant players. We've got a lot of respect for them, and we know it's going to be tough to play against them at Twickenham. I know for sure they've got pride in what they do and the jersey they're wearing, so it's going to be a tough game for us. And the key thing is to focus on what we can do better, and then make sure that hopefully we can keep on making the South African people proud.
Liam?
Good afternoon, gents. Hope you're well. I've got a question for both of you. This has been a very challenging year for many reasons. You've got one game left. You've won 2/3 of your games this season or this year. I just wanted to find out how proud you are of your achievements this year, given the difficult circumstances under which you had to operate.
We don't. I think we'll think about that after the game. We've got an important game this weekend, and all our focus has been on that. But in saying that, yeah, I think it's been a tough year for almost every single side. You know, we've all faced challenges, and some were bigger than the others. But yeah, we don't make excuses. You know, even if we had lost all the games, we wouldn't say it's because of the tough year. You know, when we agreed to go somewhere, like coming to this side of the world or going to the Rugby Championship in Australia, we all decided if we go there, we're going to go flat out, no excuses. If we lose, we lose, and that's it. It's not going to be because we had to isolate or been staying in South Africa in a hotel for how many, over a couple of weeks staying in a hotel at home. So we take pride in what we do, and we don't make excuses. And also, yeah, we'll think about how this year has been. You know, it's been challenging in so many ways, but I think other teams can say the same about the year. But the most important thing is tomorrow.
Stephen?
Thanks, how's it guys? It's good to see you. Yeah, just in terms of England as opponents, I think in my experience, it's quite a special opponent for you guys. Is it correct that you really enjoy playing against them, and what makes it special to play against England? And then also just in terms of the tragedy that struck Jannie du Plessis this week, is there anything, any playing for Jannie or any motivation like that?
Yeah, I think I'll start with Jannie. I think that's been the talk of the week from the guys. It's really been tough, and the guys that are very close to him have been speaking to him, and obviously we think about him and his family and their friends, obviously, and and makes you think of your own family as well, And it's really tough, but our thoughts are with them, and obviously it does give us motivation as well. Hopefully, we know it can't make a big difference, but it does. We will play for him tomorrow. His family is a Springbok legend was given so much as his jersey, and when we're happy together. When we said together. So we're thinking of him and his family, and all we can do right now is send prayers to him and his family. And playing against England is special, and it's always tough, and because they always bring it. They're an all-round team. They've got a good kicking game. They attack very well with different options. And now they've got a lot of new guys who are getting opportunities, and we were there a couple of years ago. We know how exciting that is. You're trying to find your feet, and they've also got a good spine. A lot of guys who've played a lot of games, who are matured, who've got over 50 caps. So it's going to be a big challenge to play against them. And every time we play them, it's always intense. It always goes down to the wire. So really looking forward to it, and also playing at Twickenham. It's a special thing. I think it's only my second time playing against England at Twickenham. And we always want to make sure we perform wherever we go.
Mark?
Hi guys, I was just going to ask, you mentioned just there, Sia, about the young England players coming through. I just wondered how much you knew about the likes of fly half Marcus Smith and a bit of an inexperienced front row, Bevan Rod, Jamie Blemire.
We watch it pretty much, but obviously we do research as players, and I've watched him, I've watched Marcus, and he's been doing very well. I think everybody around the world knows who he is and seen what he's done. If you're playing good rugby, doesn't matter how you play, your videos will get around. So he's done amazing work for the Harlequins, and the front row as well. Our guys are also, not all of them have a lot of games. So at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere, and sometimes some players take time to find their feet, and some who can just explode. And you can see England has been doing really well. It's unfortunate that they've got a couple of injuries, but we also do. And when somebody's injured, someone else will step up. So we've done research. We've had to look, because we respect everyone, and we gotta know their strength and their weaknesses too. So we do watch the games, and we get some games in South Africa as well on SuperSport, which is great. So
Nick?
Thanks, Ina. Hello, gentlemen. I'm not sure which one of you would want to answer this, but it's a kind of technical question. I was just interested in the timing of the changing of the front row at Murrayfield last weekend, a minute before half time, which was clearly deliberate. I just wonder why you would do that, the thinking behind it.
That question is good enough for me as a coach. I don't think so. But the thing is, we've got a plan as a team, starting from our director of rugby and our head coach and us as coaching staff, and our players. We always play our cards open with them. We don't do things privately and stuff. We always open up in front of everyone. The players, they know the plan. Do you understand? So at that time, we knew that they'd done their best, and even the guys that we've got on the bench, for example, those guys can start any day. Do you understand? They know themselves. They know where they stand with us as coaches, and it was part of the plan to make that change. Whenever we feel like as a coaching staff, we need some fresh legs. And if you look at that late part of the game against Scotland, where Scotland, they try to keep the ball in hand, where they want to make our players tired, so sometimes we don't make changes because of the mistakes. No, we just make because we feel like we need some fresh legs on the field. So yeah, that reason, it's only rugby reasons for us to make that change.
I know. I just wondered why you didn't wait until half time. It was only 60 seconds away.
At that time, Scotland was attacking. They kept the ball in hand, so we felt it was the time to make the change.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Ashfaq.
Salam.
Yes, how are you?
Good. Your
my brother.
network.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you about England. In 2018, they beat you guys by 1 point at Twickenham. But of course, you won the important game. But the thing is, and Eddie Jones decided to sort of speed up their style of play. He said before or after the final, you had said that the Boks knew how to beat England in the final. Do you still know how to beat them, especially with the loose trio? They've got two fetchers there with Andale and Curry.
I'm still trying to figure out when I said all these things. I think I never speak like that. I've never spoken like that before, and I never speak of the other team in that way. So I don't remember saying that. But anyway, the thing is, we know how to play rugby, and we know how the way that we want to play rugby, and that's what we pride ourselves in, and that's what we're gonna do this weekend. Obviously, we do our research, and we know how they want to play, and the best thing, that's why it's called a test match. We want to make sure our plan works against their plan. You know, whoever's plan works on the day, they will be the winner of the game. So we're gonna focus on what we can do, of what we want to do this weekend, and that's it. So, and obviously, when it gets to, it's not an individual thing. They have amazing fetches. We're gonna have to make sure we know that they're great fetches, that they've been performing over and over, and we're gonna have to stop that. You know, and also we have a couple of fetches in our team too. So that's gonna be the challenge. You know, the breakdown is gonna be important. I feel the set piece is gonna be important too. But it's all a group thing, and our focus is gonna to make sure that we get our plan working. And if our plan works, that means, you know, we will have the upper end of the day. If theirs work, then they're gonna have the upper end of the day.
Kanyiso? Kanyiso?
I'm here. I'll ask in Xhosa.
Okay, can we save that for the last 10 minutes, Kanyiso?
No problem.
Let's go over to you.
Thank you, Zina. A question for Sia. Good to see you. Not commenting on the case, but can you tell us the practical effect of not having RASSIE Erasmus with the players today and tomorrow? What effect does that have in practice for you guys?
It'll be tough. It'll be tough. His presence makes a huge difference to us as a group. You know, his insights in rugby and the stuff that he sees that we don't see on the field, it helps quite a lot, because he's someone who's played rugby in this level, you know, so he knows that, and he also just motivating us and talking to us on the side of the field. And also when those subs are made, you know, as a player, if you get taken off so early, and you know, all you're thinking is like, what did you do wrong? Where did you go wrong? So he's always there to come and chat to us and let you know, this is why you went off at this time. This is what we saw of you. That makes a huge difference, because, you know, he knows how we are. We're very competitive players, and we always want to give our best, and you want to play for the full 80 minutes. And for him to come and talk to you, you know, at halftime and tell you, listen, this is why this has happened, or after the game, if you get taken off in 60 minutes. I mean, I get taken off a lot of times in early in the game, you know, and a lot of people always have, you know, say, why would the captain go off so early? But he will tell me straight, we felt like you were tired, and it's as simple as that. Or we needed someone else. We needed someone to be more on the breakdown, you know. So that makes a huge difference to us as a team. And yeah, we'll miss him. We'll miss him. But yeah, we will. I know the coaching staff and Coach Stick have plans on how we can work around that as a group.
And then Nathan, I see your hand is up and your line is generally bad. So you've WhatsApped me the questions to both Sia and Stick. It's been a long and challenging season. What was the highlight of the season and low point of the campaign?
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been a rough, tough,
My question is,
okay. Or like Sia said earlier on, you know, it's been a tough and rough season for all the teams, not only for us, you know. But once again, probably this, for me as personally, probably this was probably the toughest rugby season as a coach and even as a player. I've never been through tough times like we had this year. But once again, a lot to be proud of, because of, once again, to us, it's not just a game, you know. we understand what it means to the people back at home. You know, I think this is something that we always use as our weapon to put the smiles on the people's face in South Africa. You know, and we are proud of what we are doing, and we are proud to be representing our country, and that is something that we will always treasure. You know, the position where we are, we don't take it for granted. You know, so once again, the biggest highlight for me, wow, if you get to win a series against the British and Irish Lions, it's very special. So that will probably be my highlight. And the lowest for me, probably it will be just the tough times that we went through. If you think about the bubbles that we've been through, you know, it was really challenging, but otherwise, I'm very proud of everything that the boys have achieved so far.
I'll just go. The highlights will be being back in the Springbok jersey, and the low one, I think,
isolation.
Yeah. That was tough, yeah.
Percy?
Thanks so much, Zina. Zina, good afternoon. I'm Sia. Good afternoon, Coach Stick. My question is for Coach Stick today. Can I ask you, Coach, just as a follow-up to Sia's answer, how big of a setback is it for you guys not having one of your colleagues available for tomorrow, the very last match? And is the director of director of rugby allowed to watch the match on his laptop and possibly give you advice on his laptop?
Yeah, basically, listen, my friend, RASSIE is a very special guy to us in the team. We know how much he cares for us. We know how much he cares for everyone. And the spirit will always be there. You know, the guy really cares about the Springbok rugby. The guy really cares about the Springbok family, even with everyone back at home, you know. So, of course, we're going to miss him, yes. But one thing I can guarantee you for sure, his spirit will always be there. You know, we know by heart. We love him, we care for him, and we've got a lot of respect for him. I think for us, it will probably be a more motivation for us to play more, even better, because we know what the gentleman has done for us, a lot of us in the team, you know, so we really care and we will play for him for sure. You know, he's a very, very special guy.
Mzwandile? Mzwandile? Okay, so Mzwandile, I see your mic was on. Okay, we'll take another question. Nathan, you can go. Or is that a isiXhosa question?
It's an isiXhosa question, please. Thank you, Zina.
Okay, Robin has sent through another question as well. And his question is, Sia, just your comments on England being without Owen Farrell. And yeah, just England being without Farrell.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. I think he's an amazing leader. It's always tough to play against him. I think he always demands the best out of his side, and you know, and he's really going to be missed. But I think the players around him, around the team, will definitely step up. I mean, we've missed a couple of guys too. Missed Peter Step and Kwacha to step up, you know, and I think there's enough leaders there who step up. I think Courtney Lowe is a great leader. Mauro has been a great leader too. So the other players around him will to step up. But yeah, it's tough that he got hurt. But yeah, it's an opportunity for someone else. And I mean, having someone like Tuilagi to replace him, that's not a bad swap as well. So yeah, it's still gonna be a tough game. But yeah, they definitely miss him on the field.
And then our last English question we will take from Julian.
Yeah, a question for both the coach and the captain. I mean, just with everything that's happened, again, not sort of commenting on the case directly, but do you feel like it's Springboks against the world at the moment?
No, not at all. Not at all. Things happen like this, you know. Things happen, you know, and there's not much you can do, and you know everything has been dealt with, it's been done. And it's time for us to focus on the game. There's not much we can do now, but other than play, you know. And yeah, there's not much we can say towards that. But we just want to play. It's us versus England tomorrow. That's it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the English section of our press conference. We will now, for our international media, you are more than welcome to stay on the call, but it's probably the time if you do want to log off to log off. And then we'll take our first question from Nathan.
Thank you, Zina. Pomoy Gogs man. And the boy like Lambuzo wam ka you kwindawo yekarasi. Cela nje utsho ngesixhosa for abantu basendlini. Kuni niziva njani ngophoso ngoRASSIE kule mpelaveki xa nizodibana neEngland?
Yeah, tata, uRASSIE kaloku umuntu obaluleke kakhulu lapha kuthi etimini. Sine-respect for yena as i-director yethu and ngumuntu onenhliziyo othandwa ngumuntu lapha kuthi iqela lethu. Sizamkhumbula ecaleni phaya ebaleni xa bencane uSiya befuna amanzi, sizamkhumbula and namava akhe, i-experience yakhe iyanceda, i-presence yakhe xa ekhona. Sizamkhumbula, but kodwa ke there's one thing I can promise you, mhlobo wami, is that sizodlalela naye, yabona, and kuthi akho nto itshintshileyo kwi-routine yethu uba indlela besipreparisha ngayo igame, yabona, yonke into eyenzekayo ecaleni asizube siweka kuthi. Into ebalulekileyo ungomso xa sidlala ne-England and ifocus yethu nabadlali bethu besifocuse erabhini thina, but otherwise sizamkhumbula yena kodwa udirector wethu. And one thing endifuna ukuxelela wena mhlobo wami, simhloniphile, siliqela le-Springboks, siyayazi indlela akhathalala ngayo abantu, yabona, nendlela amotivate ngayo i-players, yabona. So we will miss him next to the field, but one thing for sure is that his spirit will always be there and sizomdlalela.
Ngiyacela nje unenzile ifavor man, cela nje nisonge i-England ngoba i-World Rugby yaniqhela.
Kanyiso?
Wathi kulwa mna kodwa ngosihlo nguGogs obuzileyo bosayindi uyathanda edivise nam nomlo. Bras Grand kodwa
Tata, go right.
siyaphila man, siyaphila nokwana man, sesugqiba man lo nyaka man nombhoxo phatha qala apha nje kuMsiyana beliza pha kwe man plastic. Msiyana kodwa intetho bezininzi kule veki ujabe utshilo nawe kuba uEddie ungathi uthethe izinto engakhange uzithethe wena. Ungatsho kuba lo mdlalo uzaba nespice esininzi kogqitha eminye imidlalo enidlalileyo. Also nehlobo bethetha ngalo man uEddie kule nkomfa izolo, lihlobo lakhe lozama ungena entloko ekuba iyazi bangathi nini iqela ngathi liqelim.
Andiyazi ufuna ukwenzani into ebalulekileyo thina ku-make sure uba sijonge kulo msebenzi funeka siwenzile and ihlobo esenza ngalo. And ndiyayazi izawuba khona into ezenzekayo ebaleni, but asubuyamba siya phambili, asumele nto ecaleni. Thina siyakwenzela le job soyenza ngomso, into ebalulekileyo ukuthi asoya kakhulu into ezithethwayo. Irugby adlalwa ngomlomo, idlalwa ngomzimba, and sosebenzisa umzimba wethu thina ngomso.
Plastic, xa ndisiza kuwe, njengoba ke ungumqeqeshi manje uzibukelele phezulu ezi match, yintoni enizawuza nayo i-England kuba kwiminyaka egqithile i-England athanda uba liqela lithanda uxaka xa kuphela ukhenketho. Yintoni bathanda uba nayo ethande unqaba kwamazwe afana no-Wales no-Scotland? Ngiphi enye umbuzo kanene nakundishile kodwa wena ubuzo omnye kodwa.
Yeah, uSiya, I think ebethethile ngayo eqaleni wena Khanyiso uba i-England kaloku uyajonga ibhalansi iteam yabo, bayakwazi nodlala banekiki game solid, kane baphinde bene-forwards zabo abona nazo zi-physical, and they've also got i-players ezi-special with the X factor. If bangabujonga abafana abanjengo Twilagi and Omaro Itoje and Nokari, yabona ngabafana abakwazi utshintsha umdlalo at any day, yabo. So ibalekile but thina sizi-Springboks sifocus kule nto sifuna uyenza kakuhle, yabo, sithi make sure we play our best game tomorrow. Otherwise if bangaba awuzudlala kakuhle, i-England ine-players ezizakwazi ukupunisha if bangaba you're not at your best on a day. So into ebalulekileyo ukuthi ba sithi make sure ba sifocusa kule ndlela sifuna udlala ngayo and make sure ba siyaphumelela ngendlela esifuna udlala ngayo, yabona. Otherwise bona ke but they do have special players, so if on a day asizopitcha up, it will be a long day at the office for team.
Ndifumene ke nombuzo nawo ngebrane. Lo mqeqeshi uScotland uGregor Townsend ukhalazile ngalaa ntetha kaRASSIE ixesha bethetha nalento novili uba makenze into ethile ebaleni. Umbuzo wami kanyanzeleka ukuba abaqeqeshi bakhalaze ngendlela abaqeqeshi basebenza ngale banokuba kaloku lihlobo basebenza ngalo rathi nayibonileyo kanyanzeleka ezonto manzathi ezingenamsebenzi.
Mhlobo wami thina sizube sizikhathaza ngezinto ezithethwa ngabanye abantu pha. Grego angathetha lento afuna uyithetha, thina we don't care and we're not going to comment on it. Yeah, so it doesn't matter to us, whatever he says, it doesn't bother. Into ebalulekileyo ukuthi sifocus le nto sifuna uyenza thina njengeqela. Yabo, and sifocus e-England osigqibile ne-Scotland. So asube sithetha kakhulu ngabo.
Nihlale kahle ngomso kuBras, uvele kahle lo nyaka.
Sure.
Thanks,
Is that it, guys? Any further questions? Okay, well, that wraps up our press conference. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Stephen.
Danko.
And Sia, have a good day.
Danko Bras.
Good luck, guys.
Wait, you have to please come just do those things. No, you can answer that. You're gonna answer those things on voice note for me. Those 2 questions.
Let's do it now with the phone.
Yeah, then that's why you're saying I must.